Death Blow. Death Blow. Death Blow. Death Blow.
Hi, this is Johan from Bloodcrown.
Hi, this is Barry from Bloodcrown.
And you listen to Death Blow Podcast.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share on my YouTube channel, Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for more updates and news. Death Blow Podcast has even a website that you can find in the description. Today I decided to interview a band called Bloodcrown. They come from Sweden and their death metal will leave you surprised. Support the underground guys, never forget that. And right now I will leave you with the rest of the interview.
Hello.
Barry and Johan from the band Bloodcrown. This is me, Kel. Welcome to my Death Blow Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you both here. So,
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice is, I sound like I've been drinking whiskey for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
But otherwise it's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good as well. I've been working all day, but so I'm a bit tired, but yeah, it's okay.
I'm fine. Everything is great in Italy, you know.
Yeah.
So, I think that I will start this interview, you know. I have prepared a couple of questions, so I really hope that you will find this question very good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try our best.
Okay. How did you start playing, and especially in this band, Bloodcrown?
Yeah, I think it was me and Johan who were talking about maybe start a band or yeah, to start a band, and we talked with Rick and everybody was on, and yeah, that's the way it was. We have been friends for long, so we knew each other well.
Yeah, we played together in other bands, and yeah, we have been friends for like 20 years or something like that, and we felt that maybe we should start a band together, us three, and grind some music, and it turns out really fun to play together.
Listening the new album, I recognized immediately the typical Swedish sound of At the Gates. Are they your source of inspiration?
Yeah, of course. Being from Sweden, you can't escape from the At the Gates sound. But yeah, they are a big influence. Like there's a lot of great Swedish death metal bands that influence us. When we started Bloodcrown, our vision was maybe to be a mixture between The Haunted and Pantera. But in the end, maybe it turned out to be more At the Gates and death metal.
So, yeah, exactly. That was the plan from the beginning, but I think that as we were making music together, I guess that the sound were like, how to say it, like forming itself, kind of becoming some Swedish death metal sound. But I guess that we have a kind of a groovy sound as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more towards like Pantera and The Haunted.
Yeah. The first couple of songs we wrote that didn't end up on the album was more Pantera influenced and stuff like that. But as time developed, it got more and more At the Gates death metal.
Yeah. Why the name Bloodcrown?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think it was me who came up with it. I think it was just a cool name, like a crown, like something I don't find the words here, but maybe like something like a crown or a king crown or something. And a blood crown could be like interpreted maybe in different ways. I was thinking maybe of a crown who is taken by blood. I don't know. It's a cool word. It's a cool band name. No, it's hard to come up with good names nowadays. There are so many bands. Yeah.
What I like about this album is the fast guitar riffs and drums. How did you record this, at home or in a professional studio?
We mostly recorded it. Me, Johan, recorded my guitars at my home in my computer. And then Ricky, the drummer, he has his own studio, so we did some fine adjustments in his studio and recorded the big the big thing in his studio, you can say. And and we also had a friend who did the mastering to our album, but we did mostly everything by ourselves in Ricky's studio.
So the track Momentary is very special with a coil in the background, or is it a keyboard?
You mean the chorus where there's some low?
Yeah, in the background I perceived a sort of coil in this track Momentary that I listen.
That's you, Barry, who sings the low.
Yeah. Well, I do all the vocals. And I have a big range, I guess, so I...
Wow.
I think there is one song maybe that Rick put some high tune, clean vocals just to get it more kind of voicey, clean voice, high vocals. Otherwise, I think it's just me. And then there is 2 songs where we have like guest vocalists, but otherwise I did it myself.
Yeah, on that song Momentary, where there is this really low vocals that sounded like a keyboard maybe. When we recorded the vocals for that, and we had it very loud, so Barry sounded more like a drunk pirate when but when we adjusted to the right level and had it in the background, it sounded really, really cool.
What guitar brands did you use to record this album? The sound is very well recorded. Congratulations.
Thank you. I just use Logic on my computer and some different amp simulators for the guitars. And we also, the guy Ulf, who has his studio called Hoborek, did a really good job with the mastering the album, so it sounded really, really good. Wow. But we don't have any exceptional fancy stuff to record. It's just plug in the computer and record.
So tell me a bit about the lineup and if you're playing live at the moment.
Right now we do not play live, but we are looking forward to it, and we hope that we will get some nice opportunities and that people want to hear us and see us live, and we will bring a show.
Yeah, so far the lineup only consists of me, Barry, and Rick. But when we are hopefully doing some shows later, we have some more guys that are willing to play the drums and bass parts. So we have a live lineup, but things have gotten pretty fast from when we started the band and recorded the album. So maybe now we can start to rehearse and maybe do some shows.
Yeah, I really wish to both of you guys to have a show in the future really soon.
Yeah, thank you. That's the plan. That's the next step of Bloodcrown.
Yeah,
Start.
would be cool to come to Italy and play for you guys.
So how started this collaboration with Scorch the Noise production?
The Scorch Noise is Ricke's name of the studio.
Ah, okay.
So that's just simple. But we have the Gruesome Records that has released our album. So they will be working with the most.
So this album talks about pain, darkness, mental illness, and how to deal with this word. What can you say more about the lyrics?
The lyrics, I write all the lyrics, and when we record it, we can change a little bit here and there, but otherwise I think I write the lyrics like around things that I'm thinking of, and sometimes it could be like things that I have experienced, or just things that I've been talking with people about, or you know, like I have a thought, or I get inspiration from some clip on net or whatever, and I'm starting to think around those things, and I write these lyrics.
It's very good to find inspiration even from life, so from the experiences.
Absolutely. Often I just start with writing down the first things that I think about, and then I kind of write around them and come up with a theme, or also to say, I build the lyrics out from that. But I think also I sometimes, or most often, try to come up with not just writing kind of a shallow lyrics. I want to find some deep in them, and I try to find some deep, a big story, or how to say, maybe make them a little bit more like spiritual or something.
Yeah, you guys come from south of Sweden. This land is full of extreme metal bands. There is some sort of competition between bands, or there is a place for everybody?
I have never felt that there's some kind of competition between bands. I always have felt that the metal scene in Sweden is really friendly, and everybody is really nice to each other. So I never felt that there's a competition between us bands.
Well, that's awesome.
And there's like you said, there's a lot of Swedish death metal bands.
Yeah. So the scene is very popular there.
Yeah. There's metal is very popular in Sweden.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wish to be in a country where metal is appreciated. It's not the same in Italy, because in Italy metal is not very popular, and it's not a very good scene, you know. Especially where I live here in the center of Italy, it's not like north of Italy. In north of Italy, many bands play live, but there is not exactly a scene, despite many bands are trying to play live and bring something on stage. But in Italy, there is a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems.
That's not great.
Yeah. Especially for a person that listens metal since more than 10 years, and even to go to shows becomes too far away from the place I live. So it is very complicated.
Yeah, I think there are in Sweden. We have a lot of rock bars and places where you can get like to play if you're a band. There is kind of easy, I think, to go on the internet, and you can find different places in different cities around Sweden. just contact them and ask, could we come and play? Maybe you could, and so on. So I think, it's kind of easy in Sweden in that way.
Bloodcrown is a fusion between death and thrash metal, and one band that started this musical style, of course, is Venom. Do you like them? Do you know them?
Did you say Venom?
Yeah, Venom.
Yeah, black metal from Great Britain. Yeah, I am a big fan of black metal in general. So of course I know Venom. Maybe not the band I listen to a lot, but I know them, of course.
Yeah, I think I know them by their logo. Of course, I've heard them, but I think that, I don't listen that much to black metal. I think that's more Johan and Enrique's table.
Coming back to the album, there is a track called Evil Pandemic. Is it true that the COVID pandemic even inspired many bands to write material?
Maybe. I think that Evil Pandemic is more about, it's not about COVID. It's more about like darkness, manipulating humanity and society worldwide, like greed and things like that, destroying humanity. It's more that kind of pandemic. I think in one way one could put it like the infliction of sin or something. That was my thinking when I wrote the lyrics for that song.
Well, thanks to have clarified that. Then this album is called The Sound of Flesh and Bone, that came out last July 26. Gruesome Records decided to publish it. How did you enter in contact with them?
I think it went pretty fast after we had recorded everything. We said to each other that now it's time to find a label, and I think Ricke contacted a friend from Italy who has a record label called Everlasting Spew, I think. And then he said he said that his schedule was full booked, but he said he has a friend in Portugal that could be interested. So we contacted him, and he said immediately, "Hey, I want to release this." So it went pretty fast with Gruesome.
So then the album cover of this Sound of Flesh and Bone is full of scars and bones and a dark sky. Is it an interpretation of an inner world, for example, or something like that?
We thought it fitted well to the album title that we came up with. And Gruesome Record had artists who do a lot of their artwork, and he had a nice picture that fitted well to the album. So that's kind of way it ended up. But we think it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think that the album cover kind of also tells a little bit what you will hear when you put on the record. That was kind of important for me because when I was a teenager and I went to the record store and I was looking around to find some new records or some new bands, I always looked at the covers, and if the cover were sort of looked cool or in the right had the right kind of vibe to it, I would listen to the album, and if it didn't, I wouldn't listen. So for me, it was important that the cover art or picture was like telling what kind of music is this, you know. So I was really happy with it.
Yeah, then going to the record stores, it's something that is disappearing at the moment. So it
Yeah.
is quite it's quite sad that people don't go there anymore to buy
Totally.
new records, buy new albums, and even be inspired by the cover art, like you were telling. So, what do you think about this situation of record stores?
Yeah, I agree. It's a really a shame that you can't do like you did when you were a teenager. Like Barry said, you went into a record store and starting looking at all the albums that were there. In Sweden, we have like maybe in the big cities, Gothenburg, Stockholm, there's still some pretty big record stores. But if you live in smaller cities where we all do in Bloodcrown, you can't find a record store. Maybe used CDs, they're selling Beatles for €1 or something like that. But so that's a shame.
Yeah, but for example, me that live abroad, I don't know many record stores that are there, but one record store that was famous abroad is Heavy Sound, that is in Stockholm, and it was really famous because many bands went there, put the announcement, and of course found other musicians, and even there was signings there from bands that were there. Do you know Heavy Sound, and if you have always been there or never been there?
Yeah, I have visited Heavy Sound, but it was like maybe 15 years ago or something like that. So I don't know if it exists still, but I'm gonna go to Stockholm next week, and I'm gonna visit the Sound Pollution store, and I'm gonna try and see if Heavy Sound still is around. I don't know, but I've been there, but it was a long time ago, and I remember it was a really cool store.
So you can check on the web, and probably in Swedish you can find something more, even in the Swedish language on Google or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up before I go to Stockholm and see if I found it.
Yeah. Coming back to the questions, you started to put the band together in 2022. Did you have other bands before?
Yeah, we've been in the music business for like 20 years or something. Yeah, so we played in different bands. Me and Barry have a different band right now we're playing with, and me and Ricky have another band that we also play together with now. So we have been playing music for many years.
Wow. Barry, you wanted to tell something?
I'm just agree with what Johan said. Him and Johan and I have been playing in another band for many years together, and yeah, I've been singing now and then in different bands since I was like 11 or 12 years.
Wow.
old, you know. But maybe I started more like I quit thinking of myself being some kind of rock star when I was like 20, and now I'm 40. I play in a band with with a record label in the back and everything, but it's kind of cool. I'm enjoying this and just go with the flow.
Yeah. And then a video clip is out of Bloodcrown. How did you record the video?
It's a very low budget kind of in the moment thing we did. It's just recorded with I think it's just a cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had Ricky's wife who in our rehearsal place we hang up some cool black blankets and put some cool lighting on, and she just filmed us there. so it's no not a lot of money involved in it, but we think it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, got a guy who helped us carve, helped to put together, and yeah, but turned out really cool.
Well, now I have to tell that this album is very good. Congratulations, and if you have something to add to finish this interview.
Thank you. It makes us happy when people like it. So it's really nice. We would love to come and play in Italy. It would be really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the summer because it's hot as hell in Italy in the summer.
Absolutely.
I was living in Sardinia. She's been living there for, I don't know, 20 years or something. But yeah, hit us up with a gig and we will come and play for you guys. It would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You are always welcome here in Italy, and thank you again. The best wishes for your career, and let's hope that you will come in Italy soon.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you guys. And bye.
Bye.
And that's all for this episode of Death Blow Podcast. Subscribe, like and share my episodes, Spotify and Apple Podcast for the audio version. Instagram, Facebook and TikTok for more updates and news. See you soon, guys.